Hi, my name is Darryl Ventura, and I'm a graduate student in the Department of Chemistry at Florida State University. And today I'd like to talk to you about my research, which involves the development of carbon nanotube-based materials. So my area of research is in the nanotechnology branch of science, and nanotechnology can be described as the study of the control of matter on an atomic and molecular scale, or more simply put, it's the technology on the nanometer, or 1/1000th of a meter scale. Nanotechnology is an up-and-coming field. As you can see from this chart, funding from the U.S. government in the sector has increased exponentially over the last decade. And in 2005, the funding actually reached the $1 billion mark. This goes to show that although nanotechnology is in its infancy, it shows that this sector has a lot of promise, and that a lot of people are willing to invest billions of dollars in it. So while there are many materials researchers are studying in the nanotech sector, my research here at this university involves this material called carbon nanotubes. On the left side is a computer model of a carbon nanotube, and on the right side is a scanning electron microscope of a nanotube bundle. So what exactly is a carbon nanotube? Well, a carbon nanotube is basically a graphene sheet rolled into a tube. A graphene sheet is basically a one-atom thick layer of carbon atoms arranged in a honeycomb or hexagonal lattice. And when you roll this sheet into a carbon nanotube, roll this sheet into a tube, it's called a carbon nanotube. These carbon nanotubes can be either capped or uncapped, and they can also be single-walled or multi-walled. These nanotubes exhibit great properties. One of these properties is its tensile strength. Here in this chart, we compare carbon nanotubes to other materials. Carbon nanotubes has about 300 times the tensile strength of titanium and about 100 times the strength of Kevlar, which is the material you find in body armor. Not only do carbon nanotubes have extraordinary tensile strength properties, they also have great conductivity properties as well. Carbon nanotubes can be either metallic or semiconductive depending on their chiral angle or the angle at which the graphene sheet is rolled. They exhibit high electrical current density, 4 times 10 to the 9 amps per centimeter squared, thus making carbon nanotubes one of the most conductive materials known. But that's not it. There are other intriguing properties about carbon nanotubes. Nanotubes exhibit high thermal conductivity. They're really good at transferring heat. They also are very lightweight. They have a low mass density, and they are also very flexible. They exhibit great elastic properties. In addition, nanotubes are very small, so they can penetrate cell membrane walls very easily. So it has been theorized that carbon nanotubes can even be used for transport vehicles and drug delivery systems. Because of these properties, there are many potential applications for carbon nanotubes, from construction materials to body armor to TV displays to solar cells. However, unfortunately, very few applications for nanotubes exist, and that's because of the defects in carbon nanotubes. Unfortunately, there is no way to make a 100% defect-free carbon nanotube with the technology available thus far. Also, when you modify carbon nanotubes, you create defect sites, and this disrupts the sp2 bonding, which is essential for maintaining those extraordinary properties in nanotubes. Also, unfortunately, nanotubes are limited to this centimeter range of length, and currently there's no way to control the chirality of nanotubes. There's no way to synthesize semiconductive or metallic specific nanotubes. So my research goal is not only to overcome these obstacles, but also to investigate various methods of synthesizing a macroscopic CNT material that can best exploit the properties of these individual tubes. And here in this research group, we feel that we've made significant progress of accomplishing our ultimate goal of creating macroscopic CNT materials. We've basically been able to take your basic unmodified carbon nanotube powder and make thin films out of it, using non-compression techniques like other people are doing. So here's one of the thin films we synthesized. It's only a couple micrometers in thickness, but it's holding several hundred grams of weight. So the future work here at FSU, we plan to optimize our thin film carbon nanotube synthesis process, as well as being able to integrate these nanotube films into functional electronics. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time and have a great day.